Hello, everybody. Welcome to Base Marine Comics. I'm Jeroen, and I'm here together with Marinus from Darksyde Is Comics. Yes, there. This time it's the right one. Okay. We are going to talk about a little bit about comics again. It has been
It's been
a
a while.
little over a week now, so here we are. And how are you since that time?
Yeah, I'm busy. We are, not a lot of people know, but I'm doing a comic with some people. I cannot still not talk about much about it, but we are getting closer, and there are some leaks on Twitter about what we are doing, and I sent you a photo
Yes.
of that. Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you think about that? What?
It was interesting, but I didn't know there were leaks. Actually, it came more across like that they announced that it was coming. But
Yeah, it's more like a sketch. For those who don't know, I'm doing a horror comic with two people, and like I said, I when the time comes, we're gonna name those people because even though it's a little bit out there already, but we want to first give the heads up for the people who backed the first comic that I wasn't involved in, but the second comic that is the one that I created with those people, and we're going into full gear next month or the month after that. We're doing a pre-launch, but the story is almost done, and the artists draw as we speak. So I hope that we have some art before we do a pre-launch campaign, and that we gonna have the things up. So I'm really excited about that, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. But
we definitely have to do a stream about it
oh
around
yeah,
that time.
absolutely.
But,
Don't worry. Oh man, there's so much because we are doing this since last year, but then COVID came and everything grinds to a halt, and so frustrating. I mean, we are at the right track, but yeah, everything getting there was COVID. It didn't work out for nobody. So
yeah, and our country was one of the first countries that went down because of it.
Yeah.
Many people don't know it. I had a conversation on Twitter a few days ago of people saying it has only been 3 months. And I was like, wait a second. It started end of January here, and half February, half the country was down.
Yeah.
It has been around half a year or so for us now.
Yeah, it's now like normalizing a little bit more. There's still we have still abide to the rules, of course.
But there are already a few new scares of people talking about the second wave and all that stuff. And we'll see about that later. That for now, life is starting up again. So as is your comic.
Yeah, I'm glad the gyms are open again. So finally, I can go to the gym and work out and go boxing and other stuff. Yeah, man. No, it's been a busy week. I'm reading a lot. I had a lot of new comics to read. I also read science fiction books. Well, then I'm not talking. Okay, that's probably new for you, but I also I'm a comic reader, right? I'm going to show you.
Yes.
My books here.
Yeah, we're both comic readers, so.
Yeah, but I also do. Well, I'm starting to learn how to read books because normally I don't have much patience because I have always something to do. But I'm starting to do like this one. This is a book that is. Let me double check. How old is this book? 1963.
Okay, can you show it a little once again? I'll make the screen a little bigger.
Not like this.
This one.
Yeah, can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. So, and I have. This is
that a bear or?
No, this is a creature on Mars. This is from. God, I forgot the name of the. Well, it stands here on the back. I'm so blind. Gods of Mars, Wall of Mars. What is the movie? The comic book character with the guy from Mars. I haven't read it though, this book. So, but I know it's on a tongue.
Maybe you'll get it again. But,
yeah, and also this Conan. So a lot of old school. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do it again.
Yes. Yeah, we can read that one. So
yeah, I have some other as well. Isaac Asimov, who is a very well known. Well, I always want to say comic writer, science fiction writer. Finally,
yeah. What's in the heart, I guess, right? Always want to say comic. So
yeah. Oh man, it's so nerving that I forget the name of the comic book character. There's also a movie about that. John Carter. Oh, finally.
Oh yeah.
John Carter.
I've heard about the movie. I have never seen it, but
the movie is not pretty cool. It's not it's a cool movie. Nice special effects. Beautiful women in it, by the way. Yeah, and
always
that is
important.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is about Tuvia made of Mars. And I got ordered some other old science fiction. I'm back into science fiction. I don't know why, but I always had a fascination about science fiction. I love science fiction. Then
yeah, me too.
Mostly retro science fiction, like 70s, 80s.
Yes.
Yeah, that like in the time of Alien and Aliens. There's a lot of imagination there, but especially retro science fiction. So, so I went into on Twitter today, and maybe you noticed, or maybe not, but there was a picture out there about Wolverine kissing Cyclops.
Oh yes.
You saw that, right?
Sadly.
Sadly. So I made a tweet about it because I didn't know if it was canon or not. I mean, oh man, Marvel, are you fucking up again? Why are you doing this? Because there were little bits of hints in the main story that they are probably going that route between a menagerie between Cyclops, Wolverine, and Jean Grey when they were on was it on the moon story? I'm not sure, but oh man, it was disgusting. And they made and I saw an art page, but what I didn't know at the time that it was fan art. But I made a tweet. I said, it's canon. And there was a lot of retweets. And then somebody said to me, you know what, this is a fan art from that person. I said, okay. But I didn't know because the art was very well done. Also the colors. But on the other hand, Marvel is so hell-bent on race swapping, sexual swapping. Everybody needs to be gay or bisexual or race.
Not white and straight.
Yeah, straight is a sin, by the way, in comics and Marvel comics, because if you are straight, well, no, it can be done. And so I said, okay, you know what, that's done. I'm not talking about it anymore. It's I didn't know that. Then some guy came to me from, hey, lol, what is so bad about Wolverine being gay? And we started a conversation, normal. And I said, well, there's a 50-year of history with Wolverine not being gay. I mean, he is one of the most, what is the word? He's not chauvinistic, but he's very manly. Well, talk about toxic masculinity without a toxic. He is very masculine. He dated a lot of women, has sex with a lot of women. He has lovers, all women. And I know there's a Wolverine in an alternate universe who is gay, but they only make it gay because of the recent shenanigans with social justice warriors and
same as we talked about last time, but then in a different story.
Exactly. So I told him that. I said, there's a 50-year history. And then said, yeah, well, I know that, but what if Wolverine was gay? Because comics were changing all the time. Why is this a problem that Wolverine is gay? And then I said, you know what? I never said that I have a problem that Wolverine or let's say that somebody is being gay in a comic, but when you have an established character like Iceman, who they also make gay, and not only gay, but also feminine gay, ultra gay, then I have a problem with that. You know, there is
Yes.
absolutely no way that Wolverine is gay, and why has it to be Wolverine? Why is the need there that an established character that has never slept with a man or had any feelings for a man suddenly be gay? That makes no sense at all. It's the same with
No.
Iceman. Jean Grey just brainwashed him, switched the switch in his head, and suddenly he's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to create a character like that, fine, create a character like that, but don't take a character that's loved or at least well known in many cases, and
Very beloved character, yeah.
yeah, but don't change it to fit an agenda and then say you are
Absolutely.
racist if you don't like it. Yeah, but the
And
whole history of a character
ism
has to
for
say something.
just in a small dose of people who don't read comics anyway. I mean, look at the recent Marvel comics from the last years. They are doing terribly, and there's also those stupid narratives from with Max Fasaggio and what's the other woman person who writes comics with all the Gail Simone, exactly.
Yeah.
Also about they also always talk about eating and food and Jesus fucking Christ, man, they're butchering.
Yeah, well, if you've seen pictures of her, it doesn't surprise me. Always
No, you're
talking about food.
You're a phobe, man. You hate fat women. You hate
I
fat.
didn't say that. I just said it doesn't surprise me that she's always talking about food. But
yeah. So then he is going on and asks me the same question over and over again, and then suddenly I'm getting irritated. And I said, "Man, you seem a little bit obsessed with me having to answer that particular question. I mean, I'm not into. I don't like to be baited into a comment because he keeps droning on about characters being changed. That's true. Characters being changed, but the fundamentals are always there. The fundamentals are that even though costume changed, maybe some characteristics, probably, the person, the core is still the same person, just with maybe a different mindset or something, or maybe a different view on certain things, right? But they don't change sexuality overnight.
but that's the whole problem that's going on right now, right? It's all they take characters that have years and years of established lore behind it.
Yeah.
And you should treat those characters as if they were actual human beings, because a human being, sure, a human can say later in life, yeah, I think I might be gay, but there was always something there. That it doesn't change overnight that a person, they can hide it, of course, but you will also always have tells that afterwards that someone says, yeah, I'm gay, yeah, okay, no problem. But most people saw it coming, or at least understand the choice to say that, because it's a certain personality inside you that makes you show or not show, of course, but
but not only that, you grew up with the
characters like this. Yeah, but characters like this, they're in the whole backstory. There's so much happening that says he is definitely not gay. You can't just change that overnight. That there has to be or a growth to it, that he has to accept something inside of him or whatever, if that had to be the case. But you can't just change it from one comic into another. Oh, he's gay now.
No, that's why the Iceman controversy was so what the Iceman did. The controversy was all over the place, and rightfully so. Iceman now sucks, really. I mean, I read a lot of comics with Iceman in it when in his early days with the X-Men, and even later he is an Omega mutant. He's very powerful, but they made him into a weakling, and all he cares about is dating men. I mean, it doesn't make sense at all. So, okay, so and I mean, and if you there's also a critique what I have with Marvel. They are so afraid making new characters that are not only have another color of skin, but also being gay. They are more interested in changing an established character like Wolverine or Cyclops, so I don't care who it is, or Iceman, and then flicking the switch, oh, and he's gay now, instead of, you know what, here's a new character, this is a great one, he's great superpowers, he's a great backstory, he's been bullied because he is gay, I don't know, and he's risen above it, and here you go, you have now a gay character. I mean, we have also an awesome gay character, it's Lonestar from Alpha Flight. Great character. He's been married, or maybe not anymore, I'm not sure, but he was always open about, well, not always probably, but it's more hinted that he was gay, right? Yeah. And people didn't make a fuss about it at the time.
Yeah, but that's if it worked into the story, it's not a problem. But you can't just change it overnight. Oh, now he is gay.
Yeah, they're building him up slowly through the years, and people are accepting that. So it's ridiculous that they are hinting, or I'm not sure if they're gonna do it, but that was my impression, because the way Marvel is going right now, it doesn't surprise me that even Ghost Rider is gay now or something. Or I don't know, the Thing from
Batman is turned into a whiny little bitch in the comics. So, right now they're taking the most characteristic characters they can find, everything that has something in the history of the big companies that pulls people in, and they all turn them into, well, whiny little bitches. Sorry to say it, but look at Luke Skywalker, who is a hermit on an island somewhere, and
he's angry,
he can't fight anymore, and he tries to kill his nephew for having a dream. And you have Batman in the new Gotham High comics in the love triangle with together with the Joker. Come on,
I forgot about that.
And Albert turns out to be a gay Asian man out of nowhere. So sorry, but you can't just change those things overnight. It won't be accepted. And you can cry as hard as you want. People are not going to listen, because that's not the story that they always have known.
No, there are fundamentals into a character, right? You cannot change just because you have to fit an agenda or a narrative. And the alt screen, well, that is not an agenda. Then if that's not an agenda, then why you do it? Because you know people won't accept that. And has nothing to do, so you're saying you don't like gay people because you can't accept a character that being gay. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that a character that we all love and know for 50, 60, 70 years maybe, or less, you can't turn that person into a gay just because you want it to be gay. That's not how it works. There has to be a fundamental there. Create new characters, being gay, or have another race, or being bisexual, or being trans. I don't care. Just make a new character. Don't change what is established for many, 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 many years. It doesn't work.
If you have to, build it into the story. Don't just change it. Everyone can have a certain point in their life where they see things differently. But create it in the story. Don't change it and talk it back like, something happened and now he's gay. That's not how that goes.
There is probably a character that could be gay. I don't want him to be gay, but let's say there's a possibility. Do you know who is Jamie Madrox?
No.
Multiple Man. Multiple Man can, well, if he is getting punched, or he's punching himself, or have kinetic energy, use kinetic energy, he can make a duplicate of himself. What has been established, or maybe they changed it again, but as far as I know, they didn't. there are pieces of his personality in each of his clones. So maybe there is a clone that has more feelings for a man or is bisexual. It could be because he can split himself in maybe 80 or 100 or maybe more than that people, with each aspect have a different part of his personality. So if there's a little bit of love for men in his body, that could be into a duplicate, and then that duplicate could be, I don't know, be gay, because there wasn't a time that he has married a woman or a girl and then he has kids with her. Don't quote me on that. And I didn't know that Jamie Marcus was a family man, because we didn't see that. But we see one of his clones, or maybe the original one, have a family. There's a complicated storyline, but that could work, something like that. I don't know, but the fundamentals has to be there, right? So back to Twitter, right? Yes. So I said to him, he said to me, well, this is not a baited question. And then I copied his lines over and over. Said, man, you asked me 4 times the question. And he said, yeah, well, you're dodging the question. And I said, no, I'm not dodging the question. I gave you an answer, and you are not having that. So if you're not accepting my answer, then I'm done with you. And he said, the answer, well, enjoy being salty. And then he blocked me.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, at least you're rid of him. Yeah, he blocked you, so.
I'm going to share a screen, right? Then
yes.
The funny thing is, that is here. Can you see it?
Yes.
Now, this guy is, I hit him over the head with the facts that he asked me why it was a problem if Wolverine were gay. My answer, 50th year of history of the character not being gay, dude. He didn't take it very well. And that's true. I mean, how can you say that I'm being salty and you are the one who is blocking me right after that? Who is being salty, man? I just want to have an ongoing discussion with that guy.
Some people have to hear what they want you to say, and otherwise it's just not good enough, and they keep whining and bitching until you say it, or until they get mad and blame you for them getting mad.
Not only that, this person also called me, oh, you're one of those people, so you are a snowflake. I said, you calling me a snowflake for not accepting Wolverine being gay? Dude, man, you have absolutely no idea. I mean, look at him. I don't want to ridicule his people about appearances, but when we think of soy boys, they all look the same. And if you have long hair or a beard, I mean, look at this. Soyboy, right? Always that stupid face. These people, it's disgusting. And like I said, if you look like that, this is not a personal attack, even though maybe it feels like that. But it always are people who are looking like this, just like this dude, who are, why can't we have more gay people in Marvel Comics? Well, you can, just make your own, right? Stop fucking around with established characters that people love for a very long time. And I also got comics from a person who said, you know what, I'm gay, and I'm not even agreeing with this person. I want to have established characters, and he was agreeing with me. And you know what, that's okay, that's cool. That is what I really like. I mean, this person doesn't speak for all of the gay people. And because I know a lot of gay people here on Twitter and in real life who doesn't like that kind of shit, that all the changing, all the movies and in TV series. So
I know enough gay people that say I don't agree with what people say that we all want. It's all, everybody is keeps making generalizations these days, but it's just straight up crap. You can't just say every man is, every woman is, every gay person is. That every person is different. So let's just be happy.
My team manager, one of my team managers is gay. And he's okay, dude. I really like this. got a lot of humor. I don't get it, man.
Uh,
Well, that was my that was my day.
yeah.
Also, I got 2 days ago. I got it's getting dark a little bit here.
Yeah, it's later in the Netherlands, so.
Yeah, not sure if I can open the blinds here. There's still light here. But I made a review on my YouTube channel, Darksyde Is Comics. Here and there.
Yes, there.
I got
Link will
Lonestar.
be in the description.
Yeah, Heart of the Hero. I made a review about that, and I have something to say about that. Do you know what Lonestar is?
Yeah, I've heard about it. It's the comic from Mike S. Miller. But,
Tell me what
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I don't know that much. I've seen a few images from, I think it was copied from the campaign, but as far as I heard, it comes down to a person who tries to be a vigilante-like hero in his own town.
Yeah.
Personally, I had the feeling that it came a little childish onto me, the page that I saw, but that it can be that page, or it can be just a personal view. I don't know, because I only saw a few images. But
what was the childish part? What you saw? I can show the comic if you want, but
yeah, there was a page going around a few months ago.
Wait, I'm gonna share it because I have the campaign in front of me. I'm gonna share it again. So do that.
Yeah, there was a page going around a few months ago on Twitter from. They said it was Lonestar, but he was talking to a dove, a white dove.
Oh yeah, that's the first one of the first pages, right? So let me see if
it came very childish across the way he was talking to the dove and all that. And yeah, for me, it was not really something I was interested in.
So yeah, okay, this is here. But anyway, yes, I can show you. I'm gonna do. Can I go back?
Still in demand, or?
No, it's closed. Can I? If I go back, how do I close this? Do I need to stop sharing?
Oh no, I can do this.
No. Okay. Well, anyway, let me see if I can find it. This is page 2, by the way. You mean?
I'll make your screen a little bigger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry of the resolution, guys. Yeah.
We can't really read what it says, but the things I read about it, the things that, at least the page that went around.
Yeah.
The way he talked to the dove was, I didn't like it. That maybe a personal view.
The problem what I have, I'm gonna make the room a little bit lighter, so bear with me. Can you hear me while I'm talking?
Yes.
Good. Well, the problem. Tell me if it's too bright or not. Is this too bright?
It's okay.
Cool. Sorry for the confusion, guys. Running back while walking.
Yeah, it's getting late, so
the
sun is going down.
Yeah, so the problem is what I have is not the art. The art is, in my opinion, very good. There's a shot here. Let me see. Can I see it? No. Give me a second. I mean, there's some glare in it, so bear with me.
Yes.
Pretty crazy
art. A lot of guns, but
yeah, it's probably the glare, and it's a little bit dark also on the pages, so maybe I get another shot.
Glossy paper.
Okay, let's go with toxic masculinity. I'm kidding. Here, can you see it? Yes.
Yes.
Looking good, man. Looking good.
It looks good.
Very muscular man, absolutely. And this person is probably not gay, by the way, because knowing Mike Miller.
Yeah, well, you never know, huh? It might change in 50 years.
Yeah. So the problem is that I'm going to show you. This is a page I also showed in the review. This is one of the gangbangers, and he kidnapped a girl, or kidnapped, just harassing, or I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Then he said, I'm going to break your hands, and then I'm going to break your arms. If you see here,
Yes.
that resolution. So forgive me. Then he says that he has done enough nerve damage so that he never is doing that again. So this heart of the hero is going to mutilate people.
Yeah.
And not only that, it says here, so the woman is pointing a gun at that character, and he stops her, and she shoots, and he stops her, and he misses. And he said, that's not self-defense, that is murder. Okay, cool. Heroic shot, right? He's just preventing someone becoming a murderer.
Yes.
But what he's saying is, because she's saying, well, I was scared, and he was doing something to me. And he said, but they didn't. If they had, I have shot them for you. So.
Okay.
So you're preventing her becoming a murderer, but you are willing to become a murderer yourself.
For her.
For her.
And then the woman is gone, or they have a relationship, or whatever?
He is heroic, and my friends call me Lonestar.
Oh, yeah, and then the woman goes away, and he's
that's
willing to become a murderer for no one.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Exactly. And that is one of the many problems I have with his character, because we realized that at the end of the comic, he said, "I'm not a hero. I am. I'm just doing what has to be done." But the name is Heart of the Hero. So that is your advertisement right here, right? And he's also beating up his friends, because his friends is saying, well, he's meeting a girl at the bar. He's coming there for 6 months. And the girl asked him, you know what, would you walk me home? Yeah, sure. And then he's coming later home to the apartment where his friends are, who was a team of dead soldiers with superpowers. So they're not zombies that are looking alive, but they are killed in action in the past, in different time periods, which is cool. But we don't know anything about it because it hasn't been explained anywhere in a comic. So that's a little bit strange. But okay. So one of those guys says something sexist or offensive about the girl that is, well, Lonestar is not dating her, but he's liking her. And what does he do? He punches him in the face. So a person that you worked with probably a long time, a lot, through the years, probably friends, maybe colleagues or soldier buddies, says something stupid, and the first reaction you do is punch him in the face, because that's what you do, right?
Why not?
Punching toxic masculinity right out of the fucking door, man. You're gone. Fuck you, the toxic masculinity.
Great friend to have.
Yeah. God. Oh man. It to me is that Lonestar is a very unhinged guy. Maybe psychopathic or psychological problems. I mean, but maybe also a psychopath, because then one time he is breaking arms and becoming a murderer, or what would be becoming a murderer if he shot did
for
exactly
a total stranger.
To a total stranger. And the other side, he's a nice guy sitting in a bar, sipping coffee, having interest with a girl. Nothing wrong with that. And then, oh, hey, I'm coming home, and then the first thing I'm going to do is punch one of my friends in the face. He does it twice, by the way. Okay, this guy's a dick. Probably deserve that, but not from a person that is supposed to be a hero. But even if he deserved that, you could also say, you know what? So, for instance, if you said that, and I got a girl, and you say something sexist about it, I could tell you, hey, you don't. You know what? I don't like your tone. What you ask to be more respectful for the person that I like. That's how civilized men resolve issues, right?
Yes.
No. Just Lonestar just knocks him down. Sure, why not?
Yeah, but he's a lone star, eh? So he doesn't have real friends.
He's a lonely star.
Yeah,
So,
you know.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of his costume because I have part 2, and I saw his costume, which is because he is from another time period. He'll probably also died. He's not sure if he's immortal or that he's resurrected, like Captain America, who
doesn't get explained anywhere, or
nope.
Again. Wow.
Again, yeah. So this is the costume of Lonestar, which is, in my opinion, that's a pretty cool one. But now he's always looking like this with a jacket on and a t-shirt and a helmet, which is very boring.
A bit Captain America.
Yeah, well, Captain America runs around in a costume, and he's running around in a bomber jacket. Like I said, it could all work, but the character isn't likable at all. I mean, like I said in a video, and I urge you to watch the video, is the art great, the lightning, the colors, beautiful, but the story. So the one other thing I have is this is a comic from 2018. The next part, Lonestar 2, this one is from 2020. So people have to wait 2 years, maybe more or less, probably less, but let's say 2 years, right?
Yes.
Am I doing this justice? Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. I have to figure it out.
Do you want me to make the screen a little bigger?
Oh, no. Let me stand corrected. 1 December 2018. So, okay, let's say 2019, right?
Yes.
And this is March, April. So more than a year to make this comic, because we all know he likes to do covers, 20,000 covers in his campaign. And I'm going to share it again a little bit. And it's a messy campaign because I have also the supplemental, the Monster Hunt. And what I didn't realize is there is not much page. Okay, not many pages on the Monster Hunt supplemental. So, I mean, okay, this is, you can see this, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. So we have 1 million fucking covers and a lot of perks on the right side that you probably don't see very well. And then it goes on and 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 on. I bought, this is the Monster Hunter supplemental. I got the half of, this is a 2-part. It's not a 2-part comic, but it's a, let's say, can you see this?
I'll make you a little bit bigger.
Yeah, let me go back to the screen as well. See, this is the half part. This is not a part 2, by the way, and I mean this is the only comic you get.
Yes.
The problem that I have is that I pay $20 for this because Jawbreakers is in this, Unknown Soldiers with Lonestar is in this, and Graveyard is in this. It's the monster, by the way. Yeah. But that is not entirely true because the story is maybe forgettable, but it's fun because it has a lot of action. There's a lot of characters in there that I don't know because there is a woman on the Jawbreakers team, which has very interesting powers. But the conclusion is I was getting into the story. I want to go see what's next, and then it's over. Done.
Gone.
Yeah, we see. Probably getting
anticlimactic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into spoiler territory because probably, maybe people haven't got their books with the supplemental. I don't want to spoil it, but I wish there was more.
Yeah.
It's only 24-ish pages. And it
Yeah,
has
I have that with the book that I backed as well. That it's yeah.
Oh yeah, your supplemental, right? Yeah.
No, I backed a book from Vinny Tartamella. It's City of Venus.
Yeah.
It has, I think it was 20 pages of story,
Ooh.
and the rest was art and extras. And
Well, okay.
it was, yeah, it's set up in a way that you know it gets explained because yeah, they're working up to it. But certain things happened, and you are being left at the end of the comic with only questions. That,
Yeah,
it isn't really a problem because the way it's built up in that story, at least. But some stories can really make or break a series if they don't show enough for the readers. For
Yeah,
me, I am really waiting for the second part because I want to know how it goes on, and I really like the characters. But
get that.
I understand from that same point that if you miss certain answers to questions, that it can cost you following for a next part in the
That's
series.
the problem with Lonestar as well. I mean, like I said, there is a setup for a very nice story with maybe an interesting villain. But in this 48 pages, I don't know who these guys are. I don't know who his friends are. I don't know who is this vampire. Well, he's not a vampire lord, but he's a villain. So there's a lot of setup, but there's a little bit of battle between them. And then we have to wait more than a year for a follow-up. So
yeah.
I want.
Well, it might be shorter. You know, it's between number 1 and number 2. There was a whole mess within Comicsgate and Mike S. Miller, so it might be that the next installment is a little sooner because if there's not too much crap going on.
Let's say I'm not going to rag about it about his newest campaign, but at that time I believe he said that he took on too much work because he wants to do it all by himself. Because with this gun, he does the art, he's doing also the writing. He made more than $130,000 on this book. 130,000, not on this campaign, but he does a second campaign. It's called Redux, the same book with more story or something.
Okay.
So he could have easily, in my opinion, could be wrong again, say, you know what? It cost me too much time. I hire other people to do the lettering and other stuff.
Yeah, there are enough people for that. But yeah.
Yeah. So his second campaign with Lonestar 2, Soul of the Soldier, was a mess. People have to wait a long time. Not only that, when you get books, right? What people love, I mean, what I love is square bound. It has a certain quality about it. It's not a paper stock. So it's thick. It's nice. The interior pages are cool. This interior pages is okay. It's not bad. But can I see that? Yeah. This is more like a floppy like you get from a Marvel comic, a little bit thicker. And saddle stitched. That's what we call saddle stitched. This.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you make $130,000, why don't you make it square bound? Why don't you make it more premium?
Yeah, in America they know that there's a perfect bound.
Yeah, okay, perfect bound. Maybe I said that wrong. Square bound, perfect bound. I mean, it has more quality to it. It's more like square. You can put it nicely away in your book drawer or something.
Yes.
Book drawer, is that how you say it? Okay. bookshelf. I'm sorry.
Some
this
people
is
might use a draw.
Yeah. So I don't like that kind of quality. Like I said, the book is okay, but is it good? No. Is it bad? No. But you have to be invested in the characters. And like I said also in the video, I don't like Lonestar. So I have to read Lonestar 2, Soul of the Soldier, with the hopes that it's getting better, that I like the person more, that I see more history, that I see maybe a fight between him and the big vampire. I'm not sure what's going to happen. But if this is disappointing to me as well, then I'm not going to back campaign number 3. No.
Yeah.
No, then he lost a customer. I took this book because Micah Miller was part of Comicsgate. There was a lot of people in there. There was John Mayling. There was Ivan van Sciver. There's a lot of people in there. And I like that group. And they are some shenanigans was going on, and Mike was booted, or he went away himself. But I think he was booted. I'm not sure.
I think he went with Doc, right?
Oh yeah, Dr. Naples he was. He was going with him.
Edwin.
Edwin also, and with Boyette, I think.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah. So they split up, but I was then at that time new at Comicsgate. I just came in around beginning half 2019, I guess. So to me it was, hey, cool looking project, cool looking characters. What I thought was cool at the moment. There was a supplement with Jawbreakers, and I was a big fan of Jawbreakers. I want to have that. There was a lot of promotion on the channels then from people that I liked. And then now I got the book, and I think, yeah, I don't know. Maybe, maybe my expectations is too high. I'm not sure. But when I compare it to Jawbreakers, that's my go-to book. When I open the book, there is lots of characters. There's a lot of action. I'm not always agree with the writing of Richard T. Meyer, of your boy Zach, but if the writing is not perfect, I got in return a lot of action that I do like. And here it's more like, okay, we have a ton of characters. We don't know them at all. There is some action, but not the action that I was
hoping for.
Exactly. And yeah, if I have to wait another year or a half year, because I flipped through part 2 a little bit, there is more new characters. So we have the guy in the shirt, right, that I showed you, the masculine man, the toxic man, right? Toxic was a joke, by the way. We don't see him in a comic in part 1. I'm not sure if he's in 2, but we're also introducing a new character. So there are more questions we don't have answers to. So, well, you can see it, but you have to buy Lonestar free. How about no, Mike? No, just focus on this guy, making compelling, make a good story, have a big fight scene. That is what people want. Don't make it complicated.
Yeah. And even if you don't want to tell all of it at once, but keep something for the next installment, that's the thing Vinny Tartamella did really well with City of Venus, in my opinion.
Okay.
He showed enough to get you interested, and he set up the questions in a way that you want to see what they find out in the next installments, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, he leaves you with a lot of questions, but it's set up in a way that you know next time we are going to find out who she is, because they are going to help her find it out.
Yeah, exactly. So you made a story that continues, and you have questions that you want answers to. So I'm probably thinking for any Tamatella, is that how you spell it?
Vinny Tartamella.
Tartamella, sorry. Is making a comic answering those questions. So I'm not sure if the next installment of Lonestar gives me those answers. So I have to wait for that.
Yeah, that's the important thing of setting up a story for
Yeah,
a next
absolutely.
installment,
So
because I'm not gonna show much, or but I wanna just show.
can I just say something before?
Yes.
What I forget, and I don't want this make any longer than it is. We also an hour. This is also a racist character in here, and a notch to white privilege and Black Lives Matter, but not really about Black lives. But this book is made in 2018, and there's a scene in here that is reflecting that what has happened now in America and around the world when it comes to Black Lives Matter. So that is interesting. So it seems to me that Mike could be seeing into the future. So I give him props for that. So that's very ironically, but yeah, that's one I throw out. Let's again watch the video, please. It's going to be all explained in my opinion what it's all about. Jeroen, you want to show me something?
Yes, I am looking for it, but
sure. Well, I don't keep talking about it or talking about the whole thing. I mean, if people
I have it here.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, yeah, perfectly. Yeah.
It's very well drawn art, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really good coloring for the scene itself.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also the blonde woman is she wakes up in a world that she doesn't know, and she doesn't know who she is, where she's from, how she got in the situation she's in.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the other people are promising her to help find that out. So yes, you have a lot of questions for, like, who is she, where is she from, how did she get here, how did she survive in a place like that, unconscious, all that kind of thing. But they ask her in several ways and several times, like, what's your story? Who are you? Where are you from? And she has to keep explaining, like, I don't know. And then they tell her about. Have a little second here. Here.
Oh, this is the city of Venus, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Nice shot.
You may have had a partial memory wipe from the sound of it. So they hint at a way they might know what is going on with her.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, they promise her as well that, the woman in the red coat says that she's going to help her find out who she is and where she comes from.
Yeah. So you set up
basically where it stops. But even though you have all these questions, they already promise to help her find out throughout the story who she is, where she is from, and what her purpose is in that world.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that in Lonestar 2 I get the answer what I'm seeking. If that's not the case, and there is more questions, and I want also see a big action scene. So I flipped a little bit through it, and I'm not sure. If I'm not gonna get that in Lonestar 2, then I'm not gonna back number 3. I mean, why?
But I think the problem that you have there is, like, in this book, that's the first edition of City of Venus. They already promise you from the very beginning that you are going to get the answers. And what you miss in that story you were talking about is that you get a lot of questions, but there's no reason to even think you are going to get the answers. And that's what you miss.
Not only that, Lonestar is a superhero-like comic. So when people think about superheroes, they think about cool characters, maybe a tragic backstory. Well, not always, but mostly. And big action scenes, fighting. And then you can say, well, in Lonestar is a big action scene. Yeah, okay, but it's a stab. No, not really. So we see some beating up Puerto Ricans. I'm not sure if there's Puerto Ricans, so I'm going to take that back again, right? And some vampires, and there's a shot or a fight between him and the main vampire that ends up him, the vampire, escaping. And that sets up the story for part 2, because there's some shenanigans after that. So that I don't mind. But after 2 of Into, I want to see the big payoff, or an payoff like. I want to see a big action scene. Because, again, when I have other Indiegogo books or other comic books that are trade paperbacks, there's always a payoff. Mostly of the time is a payoff.
Yes.
I don't want to have to wait 3 years or something to have part 3 and, well, here is the payoff. Well, if I'm not invested in the first 2, why should I be invested in part 3?
Yes.
Right? But then again, so like I said, maybe I'm too harsh. Maybe I'm expecting too much. But this story is
no. I think as a fan of comics, or as a reader of the book at least, you are allowed to have expectations, because if you have book 1, you get all these questions. I don't know if he set up the end of the story that it's going to be answered in the next one, but the sound of how you talk about it, it's no. But you can't keep people asking to buy your stuff if you always give them questions but no answers. That's why would they come back? That's the same as the Disney trilogy. At a certain point for Star Wars, at a certain point, even the toys didn't sell anymore. People didn't go to the theme park scene.
Yeah.
People weren't interested anymore because they
didn't like the characters.
They let the people down 4 times.
Yeah.
And with Star Wars, it was already established. Lonestar isn't.
No, so like I said, I hope Lonestar 2 will be better. I'm not sure. I don't really feel it, because I don't like the character much, because he's a psychopath in my opinion. And I'm not rooting for psychopaths. I'm not into punching your friends or your buddies for no reason. Well, okay, he's a dick, but that doesn't mean you have to punch him in the face or kick him in the balls or something. And then willing to become a murderer of another person you just met on the streets. I don't know, man. Like I said, we have to figure it out. But yeah, that is my take on Lonestar. So I'm curious what you think of the video. Just check back to me about that as well.
Yeah, man. I'll definitely check it out. And for the viewers, check it out also. The link for his channel will be in the description. Darksyde Is Comics. Follow both of us, of course. You can also find us on Twitter. Him as Darksyde Is Comics and me as Base Marine Is Comics.
Yeah.
And we hope to see you next time. And
absolutely.
Let us know what you think of the video. And yeah.
Like, subscribe to Jeroen. Oh, this guy here.
Yeah.
There. Yeah. And see you guys and girls next time.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Doei. Oh, Jeroen. I think he left. Okay, guys.